Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So here we are in Melanovka in the M103. I just want to pause it real quick just to show you. This is why a lot of people would love to see Wargaming go to an experience-based matchmaking. It's got its pros and its cons. I think the biggest con would be there would be a lot of stalemates, a lot of matches where, if you had verbatim, awesome player, good player, medium, so on and so forth. The matches might, I don't know if they would run smoother or if you would have just a lot more stalemates because you're going to have teams that play a lot alike. But anyways, as you can see, we had 4 Unicoms. We did have James Boss from 200 IQ, which is a phenomenal clan, and obviously you can see he's an awesome player. This E100, unfortunately, with his WNA, you would have thought he would have done a lot better, but he was only interested in doing a mission, and he didn't give a crap about the team or how the match ended. Then you have myself, and then we had this RU-251. And I don't try and knock people when they have a low WNA. But you can see we got three cherries and then some yellows, which is kind of in the middle of the road, and we had just a couple, greens that are up a little bit higher. They're almost Unicoms. And then you look at the enemy team, and they had a super Unicom, but they only had 1 cherry player, and the rest of them were pretty much green. They had 2 yellow, I think. Yeah, 2 yellow, 1 orange. So right off the bat, the team is really lopsided to the other side winning. When I play my heavies on this map, I like to go up to the hill with this tank, because if you're on the hill, they can get easy shots at your lower plate, which is butter on this. So I figured I'd use this rock, right here. At B9, right on the corner there, there's a rock right there, and I can hide my lower plate and usually get shots at anybody that's kind of pushing forward. If they weren't pushing forward, then what I normally do is I'll use this hill right here, the incline, and I'll come up and get shots on the side of people, in the back of people. And I wanted to go up top by the windmill right up here and, be hand in hand with the 907 to help him out. But like I said, with this, even though if you angle it, a lot of times they'll just go right through your lower plate really easy. And it worked out for the best with me being in that area, but unfortunately, really no one else came up on the hill to help me in the 907. I think we had one other person, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. But as the timer started, you'll see James Boston 200 IQ. He pretty much sums it up here in a minute with something he says here. I can't remember exactly what he said, like what a team, or what a fucking team. I mean, right off the bat, you can see just by looking, and like he did, and I knew it. I didn't type anything, but I knew it. Yeah, the M46 patent, he says, you said it. Basically what he's meaning is we're going to get our asses stomped. It's just the way it's set up with the matchmaking, we're going to get our butts just pummeled. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of fast forward this to get up on the hill, and you can see the 907, myself, we're pretty much, the Lynx 6x6 does head up there. He gets a good amount of lights, and then he just gets pretty well torn up and gets out of there, which, smart thing, keep his gun in the game, and you can see he just lit a bunch of people, but he's down to 253 health. I don't know if he lost a lot of his health of, like, crashing down the hill, but here the 907's up there by himself, and I'm trying to get up here. So the 4005 came up there, and the Pantera did come up there. So as I get up here, I'm kind of watching the 907 up here because I wanted to go up there and help him, but like I said, with the Object 277, 254, all these things, they're going to have lower plate shots on me, and I'm going to get whittled out quick. What I like to do is get here and use this rock. There's a little bit right here that you can use to hide your lower plate, and it usually works out perfect. If they did stay up there, what I was going to do is come down here, kind of use this hill to come up over, get shots in their sides, their back, and then obviously you can see they've got one of the new 277s up there that they just buffed up again. So that is the I'm pretty sure that Object 277, maybe I'm wrong. I thought that was the new 4-tracked. I'm going to really watch because I'm thinking it's that new, and I'm probably wrong now that I'm looking at it. But anyway, so what I was going to do is try getting up there. God, is that tank? I'm feeling pretty stupid here, guys. I can't tell if it is or not. But anyway, so what I was going to do is try getting a shot off the Progetto 46. I go take a shot, and I miss. Then I see the Conqueror coming at me, and as soon as I saw him, I angled it like crazy, and he popped my track off. But I know that I need to back up. T-54, slinging gold, premium rounds, of course. And I've got the T-54. I used a gun that's got better penetration. 219 penetration on standard rounds. And he ain't got a sling heat rounds, but I don't know. People just do. I have no freaking clue what happened to that round. Did you see that? Point blank shot, fully shrunk in at the front of that T-54, and it was like I didn't shoot anything. It was like a round didn't come out of my barrel. I'll go back later and watch that again, but it literally looked like nothing came out of my barrel. So anyways, we've got myself, the Pantera, the 4005, which is pretty much almost dead now, and the 907, and that's it. We've got an ISU 130 coming up here, but if he were playing it smart, he would have stayed in the back, especially with the gun traverse on that, which is basically 0. He's just coming up here to basically die, unfortunately. But anyways, so we got a lot of tanks coming at us, and it's not looking good. We've got nobody else coming up to help us. That Progetto 46, I wasn't trying to steal a kill from anybody. It's just he was low on health. I knew it was a gun we could get out of the game, and I wanted him gone. So basically, if you angle this, when you play the M103, if you angle it, when people go to shoot at you, a lot of times they'll go to shoot your lower plate, and that's where that heat round hit me from the T-54. They'll screw up and they'll just pop your track off. So sometimes, as long as you angle it right, you can work it out in your favor. Now, with, let's say if the Conqueror here was hiding his lower plate, you still got this commander's hatch that you can shoot all day long. I might have had to change it to premium rounds to go through that commander's hatch because of the angle, and I think it's actually pretty thick. But I was able to keep getting shots on the the Conqueror without doing that. So that was a kind of a bonus. And then what I do instead of just sitting still is you keep wiggling back and forth. Come out here, get a shot, back up, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I was kind of surprised that shot actually went through, but you can see I did make a mistake there. I kind of gave him the side of my turret. I wanted to shoot at the T-54 over there because he was just chewing this Pantera up. Unfortunately, the 4005 is now dead up there, and I think our 907, where? Oh, yeah, there he is. I was going to say, I thought he came to help us down here. But the ISU 130, he came up here, and he's not going to be able to help out where he's at. But the Pantera, he was getting shots off, but unfortunately he wasn't penning anything. And the T-54, all you got to do is shoot it in the lower plate. I mean, he was getting lower plate shots, so I don't know. I guess I don't understand why he wasn't penetrating a tank he should have been easily able to penetrate. If he wasn't penetrating, he should have loaded premium rounds. But we still got back up with the 907, the ISU 130, and the Pantera. Unfortunately, I'm starting to get chewed up pretty bad. And then the arty rounds start to fly in. The 907 does come up there, and he's trying to share hit points with me, which is flipping awesome, because normally people don't do that. So that was awesome of him to do that, but you can see we're pretty well fired. Unfortunately, the 907 got taken out. I wanted to get another shot into this E50M because he was one of their better players, but I did not get loaded in time. And the 907, James Boss summed it up again. The E100, what did he say? Shoot. I was like, yeah, good job, mate. What a player. I just said what a sad team of shitters, because it was true. That's pretty much all I said. I got my point across of what I thought. But the E100, he is finally getting right here, and then he backs down the hill, and, oh yeah, he says, good job, shut the fuck up. And you'll see in the post-game stats, he says something towards the end of the, I'm not even going to show you the end of the match. It's just a matter of them rolling over us now. The E100 said something about, oh, I finished my mission, fuck you guys. You know, he didn't care about, and he did 760 some damage, I think it was. So basically a gun that does 750 average damage. He's set in the back. He didn't do crap to help the team. And then all he was interested in was completing a mission, which I don't know what mission you would have to complete, where you only do 760 some damage, and that's it? In a heavy tank? So I don't know what mission he was even talking about. Other than the only mission I could think of is maybe turn your computer on and play a game of World of Tanks or something. But anyways, we just go on to get, unfortunately, rolled over. And it was just because of the simple fact that mediums stayed down here, didn't help on the hill. A lot of their heavies and mediums came up on the hill. There's only 3. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 complete 5 of my teammates on the hill, including myself. The only 2 that actually did anything were myself and the 907. The Pantera did 0 damage. The 130 here, it has a 130, right? There's the 103. I always get them back asswards. Yeah, 130. He did 0 damage, and the 4005, he did not do that much damage, I think. He did get some damage, but it didn't even break 1,000. So, take it for what it is. But if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats for you. So if you want to hold on, I'll be right back with some miserable numbers. So, hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty, and here's the results of that match. Now, I'm going to do my best to not bitch. I think the Object 907, Jamesboro, not sure, James Boss from 200 IQ there, he pretty much summed it up right off the bat. You'll see him, he does a message at the very beginning of the match, and he's like, wow, what a team. It was just miserable. In a way, I wish they would go to kind of match based off of experience, but then the thing is if they did that, let's say this team had a crappy player, this team's got a crappy player, this team's got a mediocre, this got a mediocre, this got 3 great players, it got 3 players, this got 4, it's just going to make it to the point where it'd be more like stalemates probably every match. With the way the matchmaking is now, it's really up in the air. Unfortunately, sometimes you get really bad teams, and this happened to be one of those times. Our E100 on our team cared nothing about winning the match. He had a mission he had to do, and he even says it right in the very end, that, he says something like, fuck you guys, I got my mission done, I'm out of here. He had no care in the world about helping the team win that match. He was so far back. He was in a different zip code. It was a sad match. You guys saw it. Obviously, I do this part first, then I go back and do the replay. But the 907 to myself, and I think we had. I thought the Pantera was up there with us too, but no. But you can look at this. We had 3 people go over 2,000 damage, and no one else broke over 1,000. Okay, we had 3 people do 0 damage. ISU 130, given that thing, like when I reviewed it, and they haven't changed the gun arc on that, so it's just hard as hell to hit targets. And he only took 1 shot though. Pantera, you got an auto loader there. He took 5 shot. He hit 4 targets, but in penalty. I thought it was him that was on the hill with us up there. I'll have to pay attention when I'm doing the actual other part of it. And the Object 430, given it's, in my mind, it's really one of the best tanks in the game. 4 shots, 3 hit, 0 pen. But these were like players, like I know this one, the 430, the Pantera. Somebody else, I think. It was another tank you could buy. Maybe the Mutts? Might have been the Mutts. I'm not sure. We had a lot of people that were cherry players. Here, this 907 guy. Is this the tanking trucker from YouTube? Yes, I am actually doing a video about a match we were just in, and I'll be typing to you in the video now. I just told him, I said, he asked if I was thinking Trucker Does YouTube. I said, yes, I am. Actually, I'm doing a video about the match we just had, and you'll be in it, being that I was just typing to him. So, anyways, I had a little conversation with him about the match afterwards, and, he, like I said, he summed it up at the very beginning of the match. It was a joke. The team was just, it should have, it just, I don't know. Anyways, so like I said, I'm not trying to bitch. I don't like, because a couple people said that I've been making the videos recently, and I've been bitching a little too much. So, but, you got to put yourself in my shoes. What's he saying here? Okay, good luck, man. I watched a lot of your videos and I actually subbed to your, well, tell him thank you. Alright, well, thank you. Glad to have you sub to the channel. I'm trying to tell people, when it comes to YouTube, I don't have I've got, like 316 subs, I think, give or take. I try and answer every message I get. If I get a message, an email, I try, and usually I do a really good job of it. Sometimes it might be a month later, I'm looking at a video or something, I'm like, oh shit, I got a message from him like 2 months ago and I missed it. Now, I'll really, profusely apologize, like, hey, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to miss your, comment, but, this is the answer to your, question or your comment or whatever. And emails, messages, whatever. I try and always answer people back. I'm no better than anybody else. I put my pants on just like you do. I'm just a plain Jane person. I just like making videos to try and help people learn how to play the game. But anyways, back to the match. So anyways, like I was saying, everybody has a match that is just miserable and you just want to throw your computer out the window. But you don't make videos, let's say. You'll see Quickie Baby, Des Games, myself, Klaus Kellerman, and so on and so forth. When we have a game that really sucks, a lot of times we'll make a video about it. Not that we're really bitching, but we are. But it's more to the point that we're trying to show you this is what happened in the video, and then we will complain about what happened in the video and so on and so forth. But then people say, well, you're bitching. Well, it's not that we're really trying to bitch. We're just trying to show you this is what happened and why. And unfortunately, sometimes it does come across as we're whiny, bitchy, whatever. But anyways, so sorry about that. I had to check my phone. I had a message real quick. I didn't know if my kids were letting me know they were heading home or whatnot. But anyway, so like I was saying, it's because we make videos, and sometimes I might make 3 videos in a row that I had crappy teams, didn't get backup, didn't have any help, and then you see 3 matches in a row that I put on YouTube, and I did nothing but bitch all 3 of them. Then of course I'm going to come across as being a real bitchy, whiny ass person. And it's not that we want to, but we just try and share our experiences with you guys so you can see what not to do, what to do, how to get, just our kind of gist of what happened in that match. But anyways, so, yeah, thank God the 907 from 200 IQ there, James Boss, I think it was. Yeah, James Boss. It was a good thing he went to the hill with me, or I would have just been annihilated. That I always go up there with my heavy tanks, but unfortunately it was him, myself. There was one other tank up there, and like I said, I do this part, and then I do the actual gameplay, and then I kind of reverse them. I do think it was the Pantera. But I could be wrong, but it just, if he was, boy, he wasn't penetrating anything. That's got a good gun. But anyway, so we hit the E50M one time for 377. Knocked out his radio operator. The Conquer, I was really trying to whittle him out fast, because it's not the Super Conquer, but it is in a way because they gave it the same shield. It's just got a little bit slower load time. Pretty sure it's about the same gun, too. Good tank. But we hit him 4 times for 1514. Knocked out his track. Bounced 3 of his rounds. The turret on the M103, I love it. As long as people don't know about this little... Because if you're facing them like this and you're moving back and forth and they don't see that commander's hatch back there, a lot of times they don't know where to penetrate this turret. And it's not an easy turret to penetrate, especially from distance. But anyway, so he bounced 3 of his rounds for 1200. T-54, we put a round in him for 379, and to Progetto 46, we hit him one time for 53 and finished him off. And he was being sneaky. He was staying kind of towards the back, and he got to where he was a one-shot, and I was not trying to steal a kill from anybody. It's just I wanted him out of the game. He's got a very dangerous gun. It's an auto loader, and if you play it right, it's like a consistent, every 8 seconds or whatever, it's going to shoot. And he needed to be gone. He was close, so I just took him out. But yeah, we hit him for 53 hit points, took him out. Bounced one of his rounds. Actually, yeah, it was blocked by armor. That's weird, doesn't it? Oh yeah, for 240. Duh. And we spotted him, not originally, I'm pretty sure the 907 spotted everybody, either him or the, was it Lynx that went up on the hill up there? It might have been the Lynx. I think that was the only wheeled vehicle we had. Yeah, it looks like it, but he probably lit. Yeah, right there. Enemy vehicle spotted 8. That's what I figured. But we had 9 shots, 7 hits, 7 pen. We did 23 in damage. We got hit 9 times, 4 pen, 5 bounced, 1 from splash damage, and we blocked 1440 damage with our armor. We damaged 4, destroyed 1, and damage with our assistance was 346. We shot all, I think. I'm pretty sure I shot all standard rounds, so we made 7,068 credits. I would have loved to have gone up on the hill, the upper part of the hill, to help the 907, James Boston from 200 IQ. But the problem that you have with the M103 is if you're above targets, they get that lower plate and they can just pen right through it all day long. What I did is I used that rock up by the windmill, and I tried keeping my lower plate hid, which worked out obviously for the most part. The W18 on that match was 2,047, and we bumped our mark of excellence up to 87.05. I'm working on getting the 3rd mark on this, so I'm probably going to be playing it quite frequently. I love the M103. It's one of my favorite tanks. Doesn't quite have the armor like the T110E5, but it's got the same gun, a little bit longer load time, but I like it because you're in a tier 9, so you're almost top tier. A lot of times you are top tier, versus being in a tier 8 where seems like you're always bottom tier. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I said, it wasn't trying to be a bitchy video, just trying to show you how a team right off the bat, you can see if you're going to win, lose, or draw. And like I said, James Boston from 200 IQ, he called it right off the bat. He was like, what a miserable team, or something like that. But he saw it, I knew it. And then once the match started, I could just see it. It was, we were just not going to win. It wasn't going to happen. And I'm sorry, just to show you real quick, the enemy team, 3653, but they had an Object 277. That's that new, the tracked one that's got 4 tracks, and they just buffed it up like crazy. Pretty sure that's a 277. Always get that one. I'm a little... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, so he did 3653. The E50M, he came up on the hill. He did 2935. Prototype at 25. The T-54, he was on the hill, did 2185. I mean, look at this. Their whole team did 3,000, 2,000, 2,000, 1,000, almost 2,000. 1,500, almost 1,500, 1,300. They had 1, 2, 3 people not break 1,000 and 1 do no damage. We had 3 do no damage, and only 3 of us did over 1,000, over 2,000, and the rest of the team didn't even break 1,000. So yeah, just unfortunately it boiled down to their team was just hands down better than ours. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.